Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I'm here with a double hop today with Iron Crafters Challenge and 30 Days of Sketches with Chrissy's Beautiful Life, Series 17. Today is the 21st layout and our exclusive sketch is by Lynda Mowat. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. And I am documenting 3 of the funny pictures from this past week, actually. For Iron Crafters Challenge, we have a recipe, embossing powder, stamps, die cuts, and or cut files. I am using Storyteller by Vicki Boutin. Yes, an old collection. And here is my embossing powder, my stamps. I have the pens I thought I might use, but I do not. And then I have a couple different kinds of embossing powder. I have the Wow brand as well as some Tim Holtz that I want to use. I have a couple different kinds of stamps. I have these Alta New as well as these little arrow ones I ordered on eBay? No, Amazon. It's all kind of blown together today. And so henceforth why I'm using my mixed media glass mat by Tim Holtz today. So I've got my papers, my embellishments, all the things for Iron Crafters, my pictures, this cool sketch. So let's see how this goes. Okay, my hands were moving 90 miles an hour and it really was only sped up slightly. I am, like I said, using Storyteller by Vicki Boutin. I love everything Vicki Boutin. I have been hoarding this collection, and then someone I love very dearly made the mistake of mentioning that there was some Vicki Boutin stuff, old stuff, on eBay, and said person, I will not name names, said that they found some things there, like old Vicki Boutin collections, and I just had to go look. So I just ordered some more Storyteller for a really good price. And so I thought I can go ahead and use some of what I have, because what I'm getting is some duplicates, but mostly new things I don't have. So, as well as 2 other collections. Y'all, it's bad. Okay, so here is what I'm doing with my embossing. Now, let me tell you what. If you want to learn how to emboss, don't watch me. I am not great with this. Go watch the lovely Sandy at the State Goddess. She is the one who encouraged me to, by watching her videos, to start embossing, and I bought a bunch of different things, all the fancy little doodads. I still don't know what the heck I'm doing. So I've got these 2 little speech bubbles. One says sweet, the other says you and me. I use the Tim Holtz with the you and me and the Wow Gold rich, I think it's what it's called, for the one that says sweet. And then I also use that gold on the 2 little arrows, and I'm going to end up stamping those to say some things in a few minutes, but I'm not great with this. So, like, first of all, I'm using Distress ink, embossing ink, so it's not gonna hold a solid line. Is that what I should have used? I don't know. I used a Distress oxide or a Distress powder, so, henceforth why I said, don't watch me if you're wanting to learn how. I'm just showing you that I'm following the rules that Tara, the paper stop, and all the different people and the selections that they made for things for Iron Crafter, have put out there for the recipe. So, yes, I am glad in ways that it's the embossing powder, because I have it. I need to use it. But, yeah, I'm not the one to teach you how to use it. So if you're looking for that, this is not the place. But I will wing it just as good. I mean, I love watching State Goddess create with embossing powders, because she will get up close and let you see it go from powder to this shiny beauty. It is something very fabulous to watch. Yes. Anyway, so I will quit going on and on about that. So I'm done doing the embossing. You can see it over there on the right side. And now I'm just getting started working with my layout. Now, obviously you can tell I have turned my sketch completely around, because this is a story, okay? The top picture on the left is Monday, this past Monday. Let's see, when you see this, it'll actually have been a week ago Monday, so the 10th of March. And I never get to park next to my work wife because she gets there 30 minutes before me, and typically there's no, like, I'm lucky to find somewhere to park. So Monday I parked right next to her. I texted her and I said, we are walking out together. We don't always do that because our times are a little off. And so I ended up having a meeting at 3 and couldn't leave until 4, and we usually leave at 3:30. So then Tuesday, which is the picture in the top right corner, I found a parking spot right next to her again, which just never happens. Texted her and I said, okay, today we are leaving together. And she ended up having licensing come in at 2 o'clock and didn't leave till 5. And I obviously couldn't wait that long because my son is in school and I got to go pick him up. So I was like, okay. Actually, no, that day I picked him up early. So Wednesday, I took the day off, went in to drop off paperwork, and waited until 3:30 so we could leave together. And so that's what the picture in the middle is me and her on Wednesday the 12th. And we walked out together and we're parked next to each other. So that's just the way we do things. And so I told her as I was walking away and around my car, I told her, I said, I took pictures both those days. I said, we have to have a picture of us standing here going in our cars. I'm making this layout and I'm going to title it Third Time's a Charm. And that is exactly what I'm doing. I've had this title since Wednesday, so now I'm doing this on Saturday. So it's been 3 or 4 days, and I was determined to get this done. So when I changed my mind about the pictures I was going to use today, because they were baby pictures, and all you all have seen this week, I think, is the baby. Not that there's a problem with that, but I try and mix it up a little. I decided that this was perfect, but I'd have to flip the sketch because I didn't want the picture of the last part of the story on the bottom, or I mean on the top. So anyway, I do use a journaling card from the 6x8 paper pad. It says Adventure Highlights, and it just says that Ashley and I rarely get to park near each other or walk out together. This week we were determined we had to be patient. And so I put a 1 in the first one, a 2 in the other one. Yes, I know that you can't really see them great. I can see them better in person than you can see them here. I didn't really want it to be bold and, too obvious, or I would have put them kind of cockeyed, but in person, you can see it perfectly. And when I do the close-ups, I'm sure you'll see that. Now, let me say this. I used a jelly roll first to do my journaling in like a teal-y color, so it would kind of bring the teal in. The other thing, off camera, I took a black scrapbooking pen and traced around the 2 arrows that are going out from that bigger picture, because it was the off-white was disappearing, and while the gold was still standing out, the that paper that the arrows are made out of was not. And so I went ahead and took a black pen and traced around those. I also traced around the sweet and the you and me at the bottom, so they kind of stood out a little bit too. So I really like how this turned out. It could have been super simple and it wouldn't have taken that much time if it weren't for the embossing powder. I love you, person who made me use embossing powders today. But anyway, also obviously I used die cuts to make the you and me and the sweet and the arrows, and I used stamps to do the embossing as well as the love this and today. So I did all the things I needed for Iron Crafters. Please go check all the other people who are hopping along with Iron Crafters. Their link will be below, and I'm on a playlist, as well as 30 Days of Sketches. Please go check them out and be inspired. I'd love it if you give me a thumbs up if you like my video and or my layout. And I hope you'll come back and visit me. If you haven't already, I'd love it if you'd subscribe. Thanks for hanging out. Have a great day, and hope you get a chance today to do something you love with someone you love. And happy scrapping.